Disrespectful and unprofessional. All Day Project faces growing backlash after 2025 Asia Artist Awards. What was meant to be a milestone night for rising rookies has instead become a defining controversy. All Day Project, one of the newest names in the K-pop scene, is now under intense public scrutiny following their appearance at the 2025 Asia Artist Awards. The prestigious ceremony, known for its emphasis on tradition, respect, and industry hierarchy, has long been considered a rite of passage for artists. For rookies especially, every movement on such a stage is watched closely, and this time, the watching audience was not impressed. In the days following the ceremony, a viral online post began circulating across Korean community forums and international fan spaces, accusing All Day Project of being unprofessional and disrespectful. What started as scattered screenshots quickly turned into a full-blown debate about manners, image, and what it truly means to be an idol in today's industry. The backlash first ignited after photos and videos surfaced showing members sitting with their feet up during the ceremony, with some placing their shoes directly on seats meant to be shared by other artists. One photo of member Woo-chan, legs stretched out and resting against the seat, was captioned bluntly, "Why is Woo-chan sitting like this at an awards ceremony?" For many Korean netizens, the issue wasn't just the posture, it was the context. These seats had been used by senior actors, singers, and industry veterans. In a culture where public etiquette and seniority still carry significant weight, stepping on shared chairs with shoes crossed a line for many viewers. As one comment read, "That's a seat where every other celebrity sat properly and normally, and here they are stepping on it with their shoes. Wow." Another added, "Why are they putting their feet up on a shared chair like that with their shoes on? It's basic manners. An adult should know this without being taught." Soon, fans began pointing out that the behavior wasn't isolated to one moment. According to some eyewitness accounts and clips, similar postures were seen even in sections reserved for singers and actors, reinforcing the idea that the actions were consistent, not accidental. If the seating behavior raised eyebrows, a brief interaction while leaving the venue fueled the controversy even further. In a circulating video, members were asked by fans and staff to pose with a finger heart, a standard and almost reflexive gesture in K-pop fan culture. While Annie, Youngseo, and Bailey smiled and complied warmly, Tarzan and Woo-chan walked past without responding. That small moment struck a nerve. To some, it symbolized arrogance. To others, it felt like deliberate detachment. Critics quickly zeroed in on the male members, accusing them of embodying a celebrity complex far too early into their careers. Comments poured in. "Isn't it less than 6 months since their debut? This kind of attitude doesn't go over well in Korea. They need to fix it while they're still rookies." The controversies around this group are constant. One particularly harsh comment read, "Tarzan and Woo-chan act like middle school boys going through a rebellious phase." Supporters of All Day Project argue that the group's behavior aligns with their bold, cool, hip-hop concept, a free-spirited, rule-breaking image meant to stand out in an industry often criticized for rigidity. One fan defended them, saying, "I think they have that kind of free-spirit artist disease." Others suggested that the backlash itself reveals the industry's resistance to change. From this perspective, All Day Project isn't disrespectful, they're different. But critics countered with a different argument. Concept ends where basic manners begin. It wouldn't hurt to be a little more polite, but they seem to be completely consumed by their own concept. In South Korea, awards ceremonies are not just events. They're symbols of respect, legacy, and community. Many believe that even the most rebellious artists understand when to turn their concept off. Sympathy for the female members. Interestingly, much of the conversation shifted toward the group's female members. Annie, in particular, received widespread praise for her demeanor, with fans describing her as kind, warm, and genuinely present. One popular comment stated, "Surprisingly, Annie is the one with the strongest idol presence and is incredibly kind and friendly to fans. It seems like only those who truly want to be idols should become idols." Others expressed regret that the actions of a few members might overshadow the entire group. The female members are all great, but the male members are a serious barrier to becoming a fan. I feel sorry for the female members. If this had been an all-female group, we could have enjoyed being fans without all this trouble. Not everyone agrees with the level of criticism. Some fans and observers argue that while mistakes were made, the response has gone too far. Of course they made a mistake, but the comments are seriously too harsh. It's kind of bad, but I don't think it deserves this much criticism. Yet even among defenders, there's quiet acknowledgement that rookies are always judged more strictly, not less. In an industry where image can define a career, early controversies often leave lasting scars. For ALLDAY Project, the 2025 Asia Artist Awards may be remembered not for the performances or achievements, but for a lesson learned under harsh spotlight. Whether this controversy becomes a turning point or a permanent stain depends on what comes next: reflection, accountability, and growth, or continued resistance masked as concept. In K-pop, talent opens the door, but respect decides how long you're allowed to stay. And for rookies still finding their place, the margin for error has never been thinner.